Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen. Homemade cornbread is on the menu today. Alright, we're going to jump right into making this cornbread. So I'm listing the ingredients right here. I'll list them below as well, but I'm listing them right here. So if you notice the order that they're in, I've listed the dry ingredients first, and of course the wet ingredients to incorporate with it later. So, alright, so I'm going to put 1 cup of cornmeal. We're starting off with 1 cup of cornmeal. So I'm going to show you something with this. So do 1 cup of cornmeal, the 1 cup of flour. You don't have to sift it. It's not necessary with cornbread to sift your flour, but if you feel more comfortable doing that, by all means, do so. Okay, so I'm going to go with 4 teaspoons of baking powder. It's not overkill. If you want your cornbread to rise instead of being a brick sitting in the oven, then you'll put 4 teaspoons of baking powder. It's going to help it rise. Trust me on that one when I tell you that. All right, so now we're starting off with a blank slate as far as flavor here. So 4 tablespoons of sugar might seem like too much, but I want to tell you something. It's going to balance this cornbread out, and no, it is not going to taste like Jiffy cornbread. This is going to be a nice, flavorful, buttery cornbread. But if you want a sweeter cornbread, you'll have to add way more sugar than 4 tablespoons of it, and that's for sure. Okay, a teaspoon of salt to balance it out. All right, a teaspoon of salt. Now here, 2 eggs. You do not have to beat the eggs before you put them in here. It's not necessary, because you're going to mix them up in here really well. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make cornbread. It may seem like a daunting task, but trust me when I tell you, it is not. A cup of milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you want. That is whole milk for me. But if you want to use a buttermilk, 2% milk, you can do that for sure. All right, so now just want to get this mixed up really well. So keep in mind, as I told you, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of cornmeal. I put 1 in here so far. Now you want to mix everything up, so get everything dry off the sides. Make sure that all of your ingredients, they're in there. So you want to give this a really vigorous stir. So stir it really good. You want to make sure everything is really mixed up really well. So yep, look at that. Stir it really good. I want you to look at that very carefully, because it looks slightly like cake batter if you look at it. That's not the look you want to get when you're making cornbread. You don't want to look at that and see it's smooth like cake batter for sure. Nope, you want to see the cornmeal in it. So that's why I just want to show you what happens if you use a cup of it. So this is another ½ cup of cornmeal in there. Now, mix this in really well. Take a look at the mixture and how it changes. Yep. So now, all of a sudden, you can see it's textured. That's what you're looking for with cornbread. It needs to be textured for sure. Okay? All right, so now, as I said, I put a little bit more milk, but you don't have to do that if you want to just stir it up and keep stirring it really well. But I put like another tablespoon of milk in here. But okay, so that's good. See? That's really good. All right, look at that. Perfect. So get your oven up to 425 degrees. I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. Whatever kind of pan you use, get it ready. So here we go. All right, now here's the point where we'll use the margarine I mentioned in the recipe. So you want to put, we're going to put 9. We're going to start off with 6 here, but I just want to show you something. What happens when we put 6 tablespoons of softened butter in our cornbread. Now look at that. So, all right, we're going to stir it up. Look at that. So we're going to get swirls of the margarine in there. That's what we're looking for. That margarine to go all through that cornbread, so we get that nice buttery flavor we're looking for. Now, if you want to use butter, you can, by all means. But I use butter to cook with. It's one of my cardinal rules. But for cornbread, I always use a margarine. Most cornbread recipes will call for vegetable oil. And since they do, that is why I use margarine, because margarine will give it more flavor than just a regular vegetable oil. So, okay. So there's our 9 tablespoons. There's our swirls in there. You see that? All right. So what I'm going to use here is a non-stick spray. If you want to use a shortening or a butter, or you want to use a corn oil or vegetable oil, by all means you can do that. So you don't have to use a non-stick spray. It's not necessary. So I've been doing this for years, so I use this non-stick spray now, but before I was using margarine or a vegetable oil in a heated pan, but it's not necessary. This is going to be perfect. Watch this. All right, so you want to spread your cornbread out. Ooh, my phone. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm sorry about that. You want to spread your cornbread out, get it into 425 degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes, and that's what you get. Thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.